Good morning everyone, CCF here from a very wet and windy United Kingdom. Today's video is all about offloading XCH. Now whilst this might be considered quite easy for someone outside the UK, if you're within the UK it can be quite cumbersome and difficult because we have to do everything by the book. Governments have got hold of most of the exchanges and it's very difficult for us to do anything without going fully KYC. Now, as you may know, if you've watched my channel before, I've been farming CHIA for just over 2 years, accumulated a little bit in my pot, and I felt it was time to offload a little bit of that rather than hanging on to it. So I started investigating how I was going to do that. A number of pitfalls. First off, I did some investigation to see how other people had done it in the UK in the past, going back about 2 or 3 years. And things have changed somewhat. So I'm going to go through those things with you, and I'm going to show you the platforms that I've used to get my XCH into my bank account. So if we start off first then and just have a look at this first slide I've got here. There are many recommendations at this moment in time, and one of them is to use the warp.green bridge, the Ethereum bridge. Supposed to be very easy to connect your MetaMask wallet, Ethereum MetaMask wallet, and you're using Wallet connect your CHIA wallet, whether that be a cold storage wallet or whatever. And once you've got those connected, be able to convert your XCH into some sort of wrapped coin over that blockchain bridge, if you like. Sounded like a good option to try. I didn't get on with it at all. It does say on the top of the warp.green bridge page that it is still in beta, so maybe that was some of the problems that I was encountering, but I followed the instructions. I successfully connected my MetaMask Ethereum wallet to it, and it verified that that had been done, and that was because the browser session that was running warp.green and the MetaMask wallet were running in the same browser. So I assumed that was why that was easy to do. But connecting the cold storage CHIA wallet, which is on another machine that's turned all off most of the time, Wallet Connect seemed to suggest it could establish the connection and everything was okay, but the Ethereum bridge was not displaying that wallet was connected, that CHIA wallet. And I tried this several times. Initially, I did have a VPN running on both machines, turned that off and tried it without that. Still no joy. So gave up on that. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to have the warp.green browser session and your MetaMask wallet session running in the browser on your CHIA wallet machine. If you've got an external machine as I have, maybe that's the solution. Maybe it all has to be running in the same environment to connect properly. But I couldn't do that. That wasn't good for me. So I hit the various blogs online and tried to find out how people had done this in the past in the UK. And Gate.io came up as being an exchange that was supported and you could use. But as you can see on the screenshot here, if you try to call that exchange up in the UK now, the service is limited to specific regions and the UK is not one of them. So unable to use that exchange. So the next thing that I looked at was the other lists of markets available in CoinMarketCap. Right, CHIA. So when you click through, you do get a list of CHIA markets, and there's OKX at the top. Once again, not supported in the UK. They will not work with the UK. And there are lots of others around the Gate.io, MEXC and things like that. Some of them, it looked like you would be able to sign up with them. I haven't got a lot of confidence in those, but I've done a lot of research and I'd found that, obviously Kucoin is a preferred option because they list XCH now. So I decided to go with those. They would allow me to sign up, but forced me down the KYC route. So I had to part with a lot of information, including pictures of my driving license and pictures of my face moving in all directions, etc., etc. So I was quite happy to do that because here in the UK we have to be very careful. Everything's got to be above board, and I want it that way. So it wasn't a problem for me to sign up with Kucoin in that manner. And part of this solution that I'm going to show you today involves Coinbase as well, and I'm KYC'd with those in exactly the same manner. So that was the choice in the end, Kucoin. And now I shall show you how I converted my XCH, basically what the process was to get it through those two exchanges and into my bank account. And I tried to make it as simple as possible. And you're probably looking at that list there and saying, yeah, that is rather simple. But the reason is I'm not going to go into any details on trading. That's entirely for you to research and find out how to do that. I opted for a very simple approach here. I just wanted to check that the mechanism worked. But obviously you've got options on your trading platform to go and do, spot or market trades or whatever, sell at a price you're happy at. And obviously in this session, I'm not giving you any financial advice at all. I'm just showing you how I've gone about it as a UK resident to get my XCH converted into pounds in my bank account. Take from it what you will and do your own research before you try any of this yourself, if you do. So, how do we do this? Well, first of all, obviously, your CHIA cold wallet, you have to transfer, obviously, whatever amount of XCH you want to transfer out of there, and you need to get it into Kucoin. So, let's just call up Kucoin so I can show you how you do that. Should have it here somewhere. Where are we? There we go. Right, so once you're logged into your Kucoin session, there's a deposit option up here on the right, which you click, and you'll then get another little pop-up window, and it'll say, right, what coin are you going to transfer into the Kucoin exchange? So it's a question of searching for XCH, and we can see XCH CHIA network here because it's supported in Kucoin. And then you have to select a network, and obviously for CHIA it's just a standard CHIA network. You don't want to use anything else. There's some details up here. If anything else is listed, don't use it. Just use your XCH. You're at risk of losing it in the ether if you do anything other. But as soon as you've done that, you then get the deposit address within Kucoin for that selected coin. And this sticks, this address. You can reuse it, you can save it. And you indicate whether you want a funding or trading account associated with this address. So the funding account, you can just obviously transfer your XCH into, and it will sit in there, but you won't be able to trade with it. The trading account, you can instantly trade with it. So I opted for the trading account option for this address. So that meant that my XCH that gets transferred from my cold wallet will be in my trading account in Kucoin and available for me for instant trading. So that address you copy, and obviously that is your send to address on your cold wallet. Now you've got some options here. Once you've chosen the amount of XCH you want to send to Kucoin, there is the option to state a fee if you want. You can say no fee, and it will say something like 10 minutes you've got to wait. But there's a very minor fee for anything quicker. I opted for the fee for the 60-second one because I just wanted to get it in and see it. And it was quick. It did it very quickly. As I say, very minuscule amount involved there. So it was nothing to worry about. So the cold wallet version I was using was the latest version, 2.4.4, and that's of today, 8th of December 2024. And I only transferred 3 XCH. I wanted to try with a small amount. I wasn't going to throw everything in and try it. That would be silly. So I transferred 3 XCH to Kucoin using that with that minimal fee applied. And it appeared in Kucoin as it should. If we go to my history here, we should be able to see the deposit history. And you can see I've done this twice. So I did it once with 3 XCH, and I've done it again with 3.5 2 days later. So this is what you see once your amount comes into Kucoin. But you won't necessarily get a status of completed straight away. There are, I think it's 36 confirmations that have to take place on the transfer, and you'll see a counter in that field. It'll say it's locked at the moment because only 30 of 36 confirmations have taken place, and you have to wait until they're completed, and you get a completed status, as you can see on the screen. Then it's available in your trading account to do whatever you wish with it. Now, that wish for me was to convert into USDT Tether, because that would allow me to then convert to, that would allow me to transfer USDT direct into Coinbase, where I could do the next stage with it. So if we have a look on the chart here, we can see that I did a spot trade on Kucoin.com to convert that XCH into USDT, and I got confirmation of 31.882 USDT per CHIA coin. So how do you go about that? How do you go about trading once you've got it on your trading account? Well, it's quite a daunting task if you've not done it before, but I have done some trading on Coinbase before, so and also on TradeOga and things like that. So it wasn't too bad. But basically what you do is you go to your trading account and you search for that XCH, and it'll be listed here, and you can say I want to trade that XCH now, and it gives you automatically the pair that it supports, which is XCH to USDT. Perfect. That makes it very easy. Down here in the bottom right hand corner, you would see the amount of XCH that you transferred over to Kucoin. So I had 3 or 3.5 in the second session there. And then it's a question of clicking the sell option and choosing what type of trade you want to take place. Now I just clicked the market trade, and I went for the best market price, and I had my XCH here and could click it and bring it all in and click sell XCH at the agreed price it showed. You can do all sorts of things on a trading platform, as I show you now. You can decide to wait until the price goes up to a certain point, or you can, well, I'm not going to go into all the tools. If you want to get into those, you'll have to, because that would make one huge video if I went through everything. But I opted for the very quick market trade at the price it was stating at the time, and just sold that. And what that did is immediately gave me Tether. Gave me a Tether amount there. So I chose the withdraw option on the left hand side here. That obviously gives you available coins, of which USDT is the one I wanted, because that's what I was currently holding in my Kucoin trading account. And then it asks for a wallet address. Now this is where it gets a bit more complicated. The wallet address you want, or what I wanted, was for my Coinbase account now, because I'm going to transfer the USDT over to my Coinbase account and then do some other things with it. So you go receive crypto on Coinbase, choose USDT, and you get an address here which you can copy. So that's your address that you're going to tell Kucoin to send it to. So it's a question of pasting it in there, and then you have to select a network, and you have to choose ERC20, this Ethereum network. Do not use anything else. And then you choose amount. It will then tell you how much it is going to take off you, unfortunately, in fees to get that transferred from Kucoin to Coinbase. Now I had about, I think for the 3 and the 3.5, it was around about 4 or 5 Tether that it was charging for the transfer of these funds, but I had to go with it. So we just went with that. We just made that loss to get it into Coinbase. It took about, I would say, 5 or 10 minutes before it showed up in Coinbase, but eventually Just get rid of these screens. Eventually, I was able to see it in my my asset list. It came and showed up here as a value of USDT. So if we just go back here, so we've done the cold wallet transfer to Kucoin. I've spot traded the XCH to USDT and got a value of USDT, and then I withdrew the USDT to Coinbase, which went into Coinbase, and the USDT equated to £70.51 at that point. Then I had to do a market trade in Coinbase of that USDT and convert it into GPP, but that was a very minor fee associated with that. So I had a value up here of USDT, a value of 79.76, and I sold it, to my GPP wallet. So ignore the fact that there's Bitcoin here at the moment. I was able to choose USDT because I had that in my Coinbase account, and I left it as GPP wallet, reviewed the order, and it converted it for me. So I didn't do any fancy trading or anything. I just sold at an agreed price to get it out, and that agreed price gave me £70.54 in GPP. So the next stage obviously is very simple. You've got a card associated with your Coinbase account for fees or for transferring funds out. I did want to use a prepaid card. That was my plan. They don't support prepaid cards anymore. I think they used to, but not now. So the only choice you have in the UK with our version of Coinbase, which isn't the same as the rest of the world, is to put a valid bank account debit card against it. So that's what I did with my NatWest bank account. I'd heard, from various blog posts that a number of banks were supporting this sort of transaction very easily and not causing issue. A number of UK banks were mentioned. NatWest wasn't on that list, so this was uncharted territory, but unfortunately they're my bank. And so I transferred that £70.54 that I had to that. There was a small fee associated with that brought it down to £69.13, which appeared in my bank account pretty much within 15 minutes or so. So not too bad there. I was expecting to wait longer than that, but it did happen. So the price was floating around the £24 mark, maybe just a bit over. So as you can see, I've lost about £1 per XCH in all of this I've had to do to get it into my bank account. But that's the crux of it. So I hope you found that useful. Please comment if you have found it useful. If you've got any recommendations for doing anything differently to reduce fees or make the whole process a little bit simpler, please share it with the rest of the community in the comments. But please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because it really helps the channel. But for now, I'll say goodbye.